The Venom Fruit has always been one of the most iconic, destructive, and visually striking devil fruits in Blox Fruits, but over time it has begun to show signs of falling behind compared to the newest meta-defining fruits released in recent updates. For months, players have been speculating that Venom would eventually receive a complete rework, and now, with the increasing number of hints found across the map, in NPC dialogue, and especially inside the secret laboratory, where the mysterious scientist performs experiments on devil fruits, the theory of an upcoming Venom rework is stronger and more believable than ever before. One of the biggest and most obvious clues appears directly behind the scientist: a glowing, bubbling purple container filled with a liquid that looks exactly like toxic venom. Its color, its swirling texture, its pulsing animation, everything about it screams venom. This detail alone has sparked massive discussion across the community, but when combined with all the other hints scattered around the map, it forms a huge, interconnected theory that supports the idea that Venom is undergoing mutation and evolution within the Blox Fruit storyline. Throughout the evolution of the game, fruits have consistently become more advanced, gaining new passives, new mechanics, enhanced mobility, unique forms, and even alternate combat styles. This progression naturally creates pressure for older fruits to stay relevant, and Venom, despite still being powerful, has mechanics from an older era of game development. It lacks the hybrid mobility damage synergy found in fruits like Leopard or Kitsune. It lacks the multi-purpose utility seen in Spirit, and it lacks the high-skill expressive combat potential present in the most recent reworks. For a long time, Venom has relied heavily on its beast form as the main identity of its power, but even this transformation is outdated when compared to the newer standards of visual effects, hitbox precision, transformation animation quality, combo ability, and overall gameplay fluidity. The devs know this, and the hints suggest they have been working on something much bigger behind the scenes. The scientist himself seems to play a major role in these ongoing mutations. Each fruit-related rework theory has always been tied to his lab in some way. When players analyzed the area behind him, they found several labeled containers, each containing different colored fluids. One is bluish, suggesting ice mutations. Another looks fiery, hinting at flame or magma. Another container resembles a dark, swirling cloud, possibly tied to shadow or dark. But the purple, toxic, bubbling liquid stands out the most. It is unmistakably Venom-inspired. Considering the scientist is canonically experimenting with devil fruit essences, extracting components, mixing compounds, and altering structures, it makes perfect sense that he would be attempting to enhance or mutate the Venom Fruit into a new form. This would align perfectly with the internal logic of Blox Fruit's world. Furthermore, many of the fruits that received major reworks were previously hinted through environmental storytelling. For example, the Phoenix rework was foreshadowed with new flame particle objects appearing in certain areas. The Doe Awakening was hinted through NPC dialogue months before release. Spirit's massive overhaul was teased with ghostly animations added early in an update. These details show that the developers love to hide hints in plain sight, rewarding players who pay attention to surroundings and lore. The glowing Venom container fits this pattern perfectly, acting as a silent but powerful signal that something huge is coming. Another strong indicator of a Venom rework comes from the theme of mutation, infection, and transformation, core elements of the Venom user experience. The current Venom form allows players to transform into a massive Hydra-like beast, but the transformation is simple, static, and lacks evolving stages. If the developers decide to overhaul the fruit, there are several possibilities that match the game's modern design philosophy. One possibility is a multi-stage transformation system where the user gradually becomes more monstrous as the venom spreads. Another possibility is that the rework could introduce new venom types, such as corrosive venom, neurotoxic venom, or hallucinogenic venom. Each could serve different combat roles, enhancing versatility and increasing skill expression. Looking back at the lab clues, the purple liquid behind the scientist behaves differently compared to other containers. It has pulsing animations, bubbles rising to the surface, and a thick viscosity that visually resembles the venom transformation particles in-game. It also emanates a faint glow that other containers do not have. This visual emphasis is not random, it is intentional. The developers know the community analyzes every tiny detail, so when they create something this distinctive, it is meant to be seen and interpreted. Many players believe this is not just a random prop, but an early preview of Venom's new visual design. Additionally, the overarching theme of the game's newest updates has been focused heavily on evolution, mutation, and scientific manipulation. The introduction of hybrid forms, enhanced awakenings, dual-style combat systems, element fusion mechanics, and advanced V2/V3 transformations suggest that Venom is a perfect candidate for the next big mutation-based fruit update. Venom is one of the few fruits with a transformation that still feels static, lacking dynamic movement or adaptive abilities. If the devs follow their recent pattern, the Venom Beast form might be redesigned into a massive kaiju-like hydra with multiple heads, fluid animations, a more animated tail, and even environmental effects such as toxic puddles or airborne poisonous mist. Another interesting aspect is the connection between Venom and seasonal events. Venom is visually associated with toxic slime, purple particles, and monstrous mutations, concepts frequently used in Halloween events. During past Halloween updates, several green and purple toxic-like decorations appeared across the map, suggesting that Venom could someday be reworked during a Halloween event or at least teased during one. Some players theorize that the bubbling purple container in the scientist's lab first appeared around a Halloween period, intentionally timed to create a subtle connection between Venom and the seasonal theme of mutation and monstrosity. But the scientist's involvement goes deeper. When analyzing the lore, it becomes clear that he is experimenting with the essence of fruits, trying to upgrade them, mutate them, and possibly even create artificial hybrid variants. If he succeeds with Venom, the rework could introduce completely new mechanics such as an experimental mode, allowing players to activate unstable forms of Venom for increased power at the cost of health, or new Venom traits that spread poison to the environment and enemies over time. Given how ambitious the latest Blox Fruits reworks have been, a Venom rework of this scale is both possible and highly anticipated. Finally, the steady evolution of Blox Fruits combat makes a Venom rework practically guaranteed. The community has been demanding higher combo potential, smoother mobility, better effects, and more impactful ultimate abilities. Venom is already visually strong, but a modern rework could push it to a new level with fluid animation quality, redefined hitboxes, enhanced area of effect visuals, improved M1 patterns, and a more sophisticated transformation system. When combining all these factors, the scientist's purple experiment, the mutation theme, the environmental hints, the outdated mechanics of Venom, and the devs' recent focus on fruit reworks, it becomes clear that Venom is very likely the next fruit to receive a major overhaul. Whether the rework introduces new forms, multi-stage transformations, hybridized Venom types, or entirely new ability categories, one thing is certain: the Venom Fruit is evolving. The scientist's mysterious experiment is almost certainly tied to its rebirth, and every new piece of evidence only strengthens the theory. Players should pay close attention to future updates, especially any additional hints placed inside the lab or around toxic-themed areas. The Venom rework is coming, slowly mutating, building pressure, and preparing to unleash a truly monstrous transformation unlike anything the game has seen so far.